Welcome, everybody, once again to Casting for Two, the podcast with your host, Chris. This is episode number 164. 164. Today's another great episode. I know I say that every week, but I mean it every time. I have all great episodes. And, I am peaky, a little peaky. Once again, this interview was done at the Sound on Sound Festival in Austin, Texas, which I was invited to, and I had a blast. I had tons of fun hanging out with musicians, and eating food and listening to great music. That's what it was all about. And I got to chat with an amazing guest, with somebody I've looked up to for years. His name is Mr. Brian Bell. And if you don't recognize the name, he plays guitar in a band called Weezer. That's right. Yes, a little-known band called Weezer. But he was there playing with his other band, The Relationship. And I really enjoy their music they were playing, and I can't wait for people to hear the new album coming out in 2017. But I was freaking out. Not gonna lie, I was freaking out when I was next to Mr. Brian. Super cool dude. And again, this was conducted at the Sound on Sound Music Festival. But yeah, everybody go check out The Relationship. All right, go do it. It's great music. But I got to stop talking, all right? Let's just get into this episode, all right? So everybody sit back and relax. And Chris, cue the music, please.
Hello.
Yep, you definitely have levels. Okay,
1, 2, level. You can hear?
Yeah.
What are you hearing from?
Oh, no, sorry. I just turn it down.
Okay.
And then I go through and edit.
You can see the thing. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're reading it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
All righty. How...
What's that? Go ahead. You know what it is? Okay.
How's the festival going for you so far?
It's such a great festival.
Okay.
I don't know why this hasn't been thought of before. Have a festival and a Renaissance fair all in one-stop shop. What an amazing grounds this is.
Yeah.
I'm someone that responds to nature. I like being around trees.
Yeah.
I feel better. It's a lot better than an open field.
Right.
Or like, I don't know, a parking lot. It's a beautiful space, and then the element of people, throwing hatchets at apples and archery and jousting and the strong man like trying to hit the bell with the hammer. Is that a name? Have a name?
A strong man with a hammer?
Yeah. What is that called?
John
whatever.
Henry. John something like that. I don't know.
The John Henry
Yeah.
game. Okay, so yeah, it really adds to the fun day this has been, and then there's great music. There's a band Health playing right now.
Yeah.
So I couldn't ask for a better experience.
It definitely is pretty. I don't go to very many festivals, but I love seeing the fact that there's so many turkey legs walking around here.
Yeah.
With the Renaissance vibe. I'm just kind of thinking drumsticks break.
Yeah.
Somebody throws turkey leg out there.
That's all you need is a big turkey leg. We're gonna get medieval,
Yes.
The Great Britain has it on us as far as like the medieval festivals. Like I remember Glastonbury festival, and I walked on the grounds, and it literally felt like a battlefield.
Right.
And there was like a carcass of something, some animal in the ground, and it felt strange walking on that grass. Like, some serious shit went down where I'm standing.
Yeah.
And it was intense.
Yeah.
But, this is amazing. I think the Europeans would be very proud of this.
Yes. For now, the one thing I like to ask musicians is when they knew that music was something you wanted to pursue. What age were you when you said, "Hey, this is a thing"?
Well, I guess I was fortunate that I had very young parents, and I had and my dad, when I look back at it now, was kind of sort of living vicariously through me, having the life that he didn't get to have, as far as being a musician, and he grew up in the 50s when rock and roll was being invented.
Okay, yeah,
and he was kind of my teacher for music early on, was showing me the Beatles, the Stones, Buddy Holly, then Dylan. Then he goes, "Brian, this is the best guitarist ever." It was Jimi Hendrix, and he was right about all this stuff. And I grew up kind of listening to that music, and it was just his records. And I didn't know you weren't supposed to like your parents' music. I love my parents' music. So around 4 is when I started piano.
Okay.
And then about 15 is when I played in school band and stuff like that. I played saxophone in elementary school, in middle school. And then, like, high school, it was time to switch to guitar. And I kind of knew already, but it was kind of my guitar teacher was a student of Andres Segovia, who is one of the best classical guitarists ever. And it was kind of an unfair advantage I had. I already could read music, and had already had a musical background, so guitar came pretty naturally to me.
Okay, yeah.
And I really felt that I had at least wanted to develop something that was unique to myself, and I knew all I needed to do was to go to the place that you could do this, and that was for me Los Angeles.
Okay, yeah.
So I went to a music college right after high school, and just stuck it out.
Yeah.
But I'd say about 15 is when I was like, I'm gonna make a career of this.
Nice. Yeah. I'm always jealous of guitar player because I'm a drummer. I hit stuff with sticks, but I get so jealous when I see you guys just busting out these awesome solos. I don't. You can see I don't have the biggest hands. So
well, that's interesting you say hands because I look at people's hands a lot of times and I can say that's a bass player.
Okay.
That's a piano player. That's a guitar player's hands. You can almost tell by looking at somebody's makeup, physical makeup, what they're probably more inclined to be good at.
Okay, yeah.
I guess I'm fortunate for having kind of for me, I have piano and guitar hands. I have kind of a wide reach. I can easily reach a 10th on the piano, and I don't know. I just feel like certain things are idiosyncratic with guitar playing.
Yeah.
And with the shape of your hands.
Right.
We played with a guitarist that had really thick fingers, and he could. It wasn't good for certain things on guitar, but other things like bending and kind of like pentatonic licks he was great at.
Nice.
And way better than I am. But your hands kind of determine what you should play.
Right. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, because I know the answer all my band teachers told me. Yeah. What do I look like? What kind of hands, what instrument would I play?
Well, I mean, you could.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You probably need to see my hands, yeah.
I would say bass.
Okay, all right, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I would say bass.
See, everyone said tuba.
Oh.
Which, nothing against the tuba.
I was gonna say a brass
of
at
course,
first,
yes, yeah.
but I wanted to make something a little more. I don't know, like kind of rock band.
Right. Yeah. No, they strapped a tuba on me super quick, and I said no.
It's like when you play football, and you immediately go, oh, you're going to be a lineman.
Right.
You know, I'm like, I don't want to be a lineman. I want to be a running back. Nope,
Right.
I'm sorry. You're a little bit heavier than everyone else. That was me, actually.
Okay, yeah.
And I'd always have to struggle to make the weight limit. But it was great because I was the biggest kid out there.
Yeah.
And as far as the weight limit goes, and you could really have fun hurting people.
There you go. So I'd like to talk to you about the process of when you write music.
Okay.
What do you hear the instruments first? Do you get the lyrics first? What is sort of your process?
Well, first comes a feeling.
Okay, yeah.
And I know that I have something when I have a feeling that's so strong that when I go to an instrument, the chord I choose, the first chord sometimes I choose to play, either can it can sometimes encapsulate that essence of a feeling.
Right.
I don't know how it happens. Sometimes, I mean, I think if I was somebody to say, what is your strongest musical attribute, I would definitely say harmony.
Okay.
And I think the combination of notes and a chord can make you feel a certain way, and depending on where that chord moves to, and that can start the whole thing going. It starts the whole thing, and I think melodically actually is being supported, and your melody's being supported by the harmony underneath it.
Okay.
And then you can screw around with that, and I know way too much music theory, so I try to not be analytical at first.
Yeah.
But then when I'm stuck, it comes in very handy.
Right. Right.
And when I want to see, like, where else can I take this? You know, I start with the 1-4-5 chord, but then I can open that up, and you know, or like a traditional 50s 1-6-4-5, and then you start playing off of that, and you know, let's not start with the one chord. It depends. But there's another rhythmic. What makes something worth putting down sometimes is not the melody, not the harmony, it's the rhythm of it. And when you find something like, whoa, like, I never thought of that before. Or you're sitting with a guitar and like you do this lick like without thinking, like, fuck, record now. That's been the beauty of iPhone and you know, it's a recording device always on you, and I really don't demo anymore. I just get the idea down on an iPhone because I know if an idea captured the essence of a feeling, then it's a good song, and I'll make it a good. I already know what a good song is, and something that is worth pursuing, and then I can bring in a string section or you know, start using my all my music theory ability later. But at first, I don't know. I guess it's a feeling, and then if I go I can find that chord that kind of finds the right key, and then it writes itself at that point.
There you go. And so you're working on a new project coming out soon, in 2017.
Well, yeah, we've been doing it for a while. It's called The Relationship, and the record is completed.
Okay.
And it sounds phenomenal, and I cannot wait for people to get to hear it.
There you go. Was there, I don't want it spoil. I'm not a spoilers guy, so I don't want no spoilers.
Okay.
But was there a particular song that took a little bit more working on?
Well, every song is its own. Sometimes songs come really quickly, but every song, like, there's something to it that's more tricky than you realize. And one of the most simple sounding songs, we're allowed to say song titles, right? No? Well, I'm not allowed to say.
Track something.
Track something. Let's see. It would be track 5.
Okay.
The song, I really thought of the record sequentially as 2 sides.
Okay.
So it'd be the closing of side 1.
Okay.
And it's harmonically fairly simple and a very easy to grasp concept, but for some reason it was really hard to record, and the trick was to play it way slower than you think it should be played.
Okay.
And that was a lot more powerful sounding than it sounded. A little too demo-y. It wasn't album quality yet until we slowed it down and sort of kind of refocused it a bit.
Okay.
But it's one of the stronger songs now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so for the people at home who want to check out what you do or keep in touch with the relationship, where can they do that?
My home address. No.
There we go. Yes.
Let's see. Well, we have an Instagram page, don't we? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm kind of social media illiterate, but I do know we have these things.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Just Google it. Google it. It'll be there.
Google the relationship.
Yes.
Easy to remember.
Hey, but yeah, thank you so much for sitting
my
down with
pleasure.
me.
Yeah.
Thank you.